guys may be familiar with me from the several great war stories that I have, because I am amazing here. Seen as a big deal. Um, so yeah, that's me.
So we've been together for so we're level 3. We've been together for like 3 years at this point, right?
How do
Yes.
you change your name in here?
Yeah.
Right click
All right.
on
All right.
yourself.
I'm a
Uh,
folk hero.
nice.
Server profile. Okay.
I'm Nub Nub. I'm Soul Knife rogue, and I'm very good at acrobatics and deceiving people.
Well, I am a small frog eater. I am an angry barbarian knight. And my followers carry my stuff because I'm lazy.
Nice.
They do nothing else. The most useless retainers ever.
Nice touch.
I am Bird Book. I like to be very, very sneaky, but also stand out at the same time.
Are you just dripped out in gold for no reason?
Yeah. I'm just fucking drenched. Icy.
Alrighty. So, yeah, as I said, you guys are in the Windspear Hills, to the east of Athkatla off the Sword Coast. And having been forced from your tribal lands by an ancient dragon named Furkrog, you guys, your whole goblin clan, was kind of forced to pick up and leave very quickly, so you have very limited supplies. Some of the scouts from your tribe saw a kind of a middling-sized settlement kind of nestled in the woods here. And based on some of the foot traffic on the roads, they heard that the name was called Trademeat. And the chief of your tribe, Glub Glub, has tasked you with essentially raiding this village and making off with as much usable materials as you can get your hands on. Carts, farm animals like mules and horses, and as much food. Because you guys are running out of food and goblins are not very good at farming. The 4 of you were chosen to go because you're basically the best fighters in the tribe. You know, you're essentially the goblin commandos that are left. So, how would you like to approach this?
Well, we gotta gather information.
I was peeing. Sorry.
So, the scouts would have told you that the settlement's kind of nestled between 2 hills, low-lying hills, like broad and easily traversable. There is a road that runs east-west through the town. To the west, you would know, is generally heading towards the coast, and you guys are coming from the northeast. The area is also fairly heavily wooded once you get outside the settlement, though they do report that the people at the settlement have, they maintain like a basic stockade around the settlement, which means that there's also like clearing around it. So you can't just use the trees for cover all the way into the buildings. But that's basically all the scouts got for you.
Do we know what kind of resources village is known for?
Make a history check.
I got a 0 in that.
Yeah, I can't help you.
That's a flat roll, baby.
So
Fucking A.
you would have heard of Trademeat before. You've probably raided caravans in and out of it, though never the settlement itself. The settlement is actually a fairly well-known, fairly wealthy settlement that sits on a trade route between Am and Thay, off to the east. This is just a kind of like the last Amnian refuge before you're off in the wilderness without any protection at all. But you also know that they're mostly like merchants, and while they have like a watch, the watch is more just some farmers with pitchforks and the like. They don't have like a standing, like, you're not going to be facing like, groups of people with swords and plate mail here. There's no cavalry either.
Perfect.
Okay. What kind of livestock is down there?
So you would see that, So I'm guessing then you guys are gonna try to get closer and like actually look at the village yourself, because the scouts don't know.
I would like to try to stay in the lines of the woods and get a look if possible, if I can make it out.
Okay. Are you all going, or is it just Bird?
I'll go with him.
Then I
can be
need
the sneaky one.
Then I need both of you to make stealth checks.
You dirtbag, Jareth. Stealth
What armor are
checks.
you wearing, Jareth?
Half plate.
Oh God.
Oh God, fuck you.
What are you?
It's your fault.
You're wearing half plate.
Oh yeah.
Hey, bro, I just fucking rolled this.
Half plate imposes what he's getting at is half plate imposes disadvantage on stealth checks.
I see. I see it now.
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
That's your
wow,
paladin.
that's- Wow, that's hilarious.
No, you got a 15. It just.
I got a 13.
Did you not put the half plate on your character? Because it should automatically
did.
take it away from yourself.
No, it just
It
says.
just puts an
says
asterisk
disadvantage.
because it's disadvantage, not just a flat modifier. All right, yeah. So you guys, as you're getting closer, Bird unfortunately stumbles a bit and kind of finds himself like falling like down a small escarpment through a bush, and you just find yourself looking across this open kind of field at the stockade around Trade Meet. At the one of the two entrances to it, which are along the road, you can see a couple of humans with what look like pitchforks and like leather armor.
Do they see us?
One of them you notice is kind of pointing in your direction.
Okay, so I want to do that thing from Monsters Inc. where he gets up and he does the little skiddly bop bop, do like skip away back into the bushes.
Okay, make a performance check.
Can I
Get started
inspire
back
him?
into the bushes. Summoning.
Can I get
So,
inspired?
one goblin falls into a bush and starts playing his instrument, and the other one starts dancing.
Yeah.
Sure,
This is
I'll allow it.
going great.
Inspired.
What
What's the
should have
D6?
happened is Bard and I climb up into the trees and see what we can see from
Is that
there.
a D6?
He's
I believe so, yes.
Hold on.
No. You better get a fucking 6.
Um, based on their language, they are both concerned and confused. One of them looks to be running inside, probably to, let them know that, hey, there's like some weird ass goblins on the edge of the clearing. And they're doing some like war dance or something.
Oh God.
On the other hand, so while you guys have kind of blown your cover, you do see that there are the center part of Trade Meet is what looks to be some really old but big stone structures. You can see 4 very prominent ones kind of arranged around like a central square. Out of that, around that, you can see what looks to be huts and small houses. Most of them like single-story, thatched roof, wattle and daub construction. And then beyond that but between those houses and the kind of like the palisade wall, there's smaller shacks and sheds and some small hovels. And then it looks like they've got some fields that are growing what looks to be vegetables. You don't really see like cereal grains, but we're talking more like cabbages, carrots, squash, things of that nature. Potatoes, yes, potatoes, turnips.
Mostly roots and low ground vegetables.
Mostly.
So just
You
to be
do
clear,
see in the
oh,
field a couple of carts being hauled around by donkeys and some people that look to be working the fields.
Bird.
So question, there you said there was a tree line behind us?
Yeah, like the area around Trade Meat is forested fairly heavily. But the area immediately around Trade Meat those trees have been cut down in order to build Trade Meat, so there's not that many trees there. So there's about 300 feet between the end of the dense trees and the wall.
Okay, well I want to sink back into the trees and try to reposition myself somewhere else around
Climb.
the edge.
Okay.
I'd recommend climbing up into the trees. Bird, you want to go scare the donkeys?
I can scare the donkey. I can scare the donkeys from here if you wanted.
I can scare the donkeys.
How close
Well-
are we? How close are we to the donkeys?
The closest donkey is about 400 feet.
Let's
can-
sneak up to the donkeys and slit their throats.
Slit their throats. That's not gonna scare them.
Yeah, it will.
And we need them
Blood
alive.
will be everywhere. Why?
What else
Okay.
is gonna pull the carts?
Hold on. Can I get within earshot of the donkeys?
So
Can you
you've
speak
gone to
animal?
the trees and you're kind of working your way around, and now you're trying to cross the open area somewhat stealthily.
Yes.
Stealth check.
Okay. This would be, I'm going to say it's a skill challenge involving stealth checks. So you're going to make 3 stealth checks to start.
And
The
I'm
idea
gonna
is if
take-
you need to pass 3 times before you fail 3 times.
Being R3.
You do notice that the palisades are getting out of the tree line, starting to creep forward. Is that you do see an occasional farmer kind of starting to get closer to the walls at various points, and they look like they have crossbows.
What are the walls made
Okay.
out of?
It's a palisade, vertical sunk, trimmed tree trunks sunk into the ground.
Okay. Wood.
Okay. And then
Wood, yes. Basically, a really thick, tall fence.
I was just checking my sheet and I clicked on. I was looking at my features. As a bard, do I have 2 expertise?
You should, yes.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure before I rolled.
So go ahead and just make 3 stealth checks to start off with. Alright, another stealth check.
One more.
Yeah, we're going to do them individually now. You didn't immediately get 3 failures. Alright. Yeah, so you start picking your way down, and while they cut down a lot of the trees, there's still shrub, ground cover, occasional stumps and the like, and kind of bobbing and weaving through the undulating undergrowth. You do eventually find yourself next to the wall. So you're next to this kind of wooden wall. You can see that it's not especially dry, but it's also not soaking, like sopping wet. It's wood that's been left outside, but the area is not in a drought, so it's still pretty moist. So what would you do at that point, having snuck across the 200 feet of relatively open terrain to the wall?
I would just try to get within earshot of the donkeys, if possible.
I mean, with it, like at this point, you would be within earshot of the donkeys. You can hear the occasional bray and some of the clopping of their hooves on the hard packed ground. And you can also hear murmuring from some of the people inside. You would understand Common, which is what they're speaking, and they seem somewhat concerned that goblins were sighted nearby. And that's why they're kind of getting near the wall with their crossbows in case there's going to be an attack.
Okay. Is there like any opening in the wall for like the donkeys to graze anywhere towards the woods near us?
There are two gates on the roads, east and west. But there's no... It looks like either they're fed from the vegetables, or if they are let out, they're not just let to freely roam. They might be stabled inside.
In east and west, which one's the furthest away from the people?
You're currently to the north. You were originally from the northeast, so the west gate would be the one farthest away from where you were last spotted.
Which one's furthest away from the people I can hear?
The west gate.
The west gate. Okay.
Yeah, the west gate.
Can I sneak over and open the west gate?
Okay. Well, go ahead and make another stealth check to kind of start maneuvering along the perimeter of the wall.
I'm gonna go with him.
Then
Nope.
you will also...
Don't go with me. don't
You're
go with
currently
me.
he's alone, so you would have to make that skill challenge to get across that open area
All right.
at disadvantage, because I believe you said you were wearing half plate.
Don't come with me.
Me?
No, that's the other one. He's a rogue.
Rogue.
Jared's
leather
the
armor.
half plate wearer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nub Nub's a rogue.
I'm doing something here. Just let me do it. Just chill.
Well, apparently he really wants to come, so go ahead and make your 3 stealth checks. Space between the 3 and the D.
Thing, R.
Space,
Three.
space.
All right.
God, you're so
Right,
lucky.
Yeah, so you kind of join up with Bird as he kind of gets within sight of the west gate, which you can tell is closed. And as you the both of you are kind of sharing this thick mulberry bush, you can see that in front of the gate are 2 these look to be like the presentable guards for greeting caravans and the like. So they have what looks to be like an actual spear, and they're wearing a chain shirt instead of just leather armor and a pitchfork. The gate is also currently closed, though from the looks of it, it's just like a hinged wooden gate. And you could probably, assuming it's not barred, you can probably just push it open.
All right. So how do you want to do this? You want to kill them, or who?
I could
You-
I could try something.
I was about to say you can make a
don't know.
noise off somewhere else, right?
Make a noise off of what?
Like you have a spell that specifically you can use to throw your voice somewhere else, make them go look.
Does minor illusion do that?
So minor
Uh,
illusion can create a sound. It's an image or a sound.
Oh, what the am I talking about? Where's my spellcaster?
Minor illusion is the one you're thinking.
It is minor
I'm-
illusion.
that's
minor
what I'm
illusion is
meaning.
the throw my voice because I'm bored.
I thought it was a cantrip, not a first level spell.
Minor illusion is a cantrip.
Oh,
You're thinking of silent image.
that's what I am.
Silent image does not make sound, and is a first level spell. Minor illusion can make a sound or a static image.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're like a 7th level illusionist, then it can do both.
Yes, but you're not.
Okay, and across the road from the gate, is there another road, or a block? Or a house across the street from it?
No. The road out of this gate looks to go off to the west into the woods.
Just make it sound like a donkey's talking.
And you would know from general background that if you were to follow that road for a few weeks, you would eventually end up in a major city called Athkatla, which is on the Sword Coast.
Okay, is there anything within 30 feet outside of that gate that is out of sight of the guards?
Yeah, they're like I said, the woods were cut down, but there's lots of undergrowth, shrubs, and stumps and the like. So you could make like another shrub make a sound or something.
I was gonna say, did I see which way they went?
They are standing on the road. Like they're not moving. They're standing guard.
No, I mean which way the other two party members went.
Oh yeah, you saw him kind of circle around to the north, kind of cut across the open field as the east side of Trade Meat was kind of getting a little more fortified, and then saw him kind of sneak around towards the western gatehouse.
Okay,
Okay.
Can I sneak around like the opposite way and attempt to like throw a rock or something to get the guards?
No. Just
No,
get to
we
where you
got
want
it.
to be.
Yeah.
I like Nub Nub's idea.
Just be like, throw it from like the donkey. Be like, guards, somebody's in my field.
No. Okay, the closest donkey to the guards. Under.
Okay.
And I cast minor illusion, and can I make that?
So minor illusion is a 30-foot range.
Am I within 30 feet of a donkey?
No.
Hmm.
The donkeys are on the inside of this wall, and probably the closest one is probably about 70 feet from you.
Well,
We could always just try and sneak right behind them.
You guys want to try my idea?
oh, can I?
Throw a rock. Why don't we throw the rock?
Can I jump over the wall without them seeing me?
Assuming no one on the inside is looking at that section of the wall, you think it's possible to scale a part of the wall without them seeing you. The wall is relatively egg-shaped, like the perimeter. So as long as you're far enough down the wall from the west gatehouse, they won't have a line of sight on you.
Let's
yeah,
do
can I
that.
get- can I
And
get
because it's
far
just
enough?
wooden tree trunk, yeah, you can scale it.
I was gonna say, how tightly packed are the tree trunks? Could they see
They're
it?
no, they're actually set together with a little bit of wattle or a little bit of daub between them, but they're soft, so it's relatively easy to climb.
Okay.
Generally, how these type of fortifications work is on the inside of the wall there would be various like platforms with ladders or steps kind of set into the inside, like think like watchtowers, but partially attached to the inside of the wall, and then people with crossbows could shoot over the wall from those platforms.
Okay.
So they're screwing around on the wall.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna start setting fires in the woods because I'm bored.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like want to sneak
So-
off to like another area of the woods.
You and that word don't belong in the same sentence.
So as long as you're not near trade meat, you don't really need to bother with making stealth checks. There's no one to detect you. They're woods.
I
Yeah,
see.
unless you're trying to like sneak up and hunt like a deer or something.
No, I'm just trying to get to like a different section around the city, like a different area than everyone else.
Right, but you're circling from outside the clearing.
Sure.
So at that point, yeah, you don't really need to worry about making stealth checks.
That's fine.
The issue
I'm
was
just
when you get to the
more or
edge of the
less
clearing
curious.
or trying to cross that clearing that stealth becomes an issue.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make more or less a statement.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
but you can start making your way towards the south end of trade meat, for example.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
like to climb into the donkey pit as in the least visible place possible.
Sure. So you guys back off from those guards a bit and start making your climb up the wall. The climb is relatively easy for you, being some nice, lightly armored characters. When you get to the top of the stockade, you kind of glimpse over it. You can see, yeah, there's what looks to be a halfling farmer sitting on a cart with a donkey. The donkey is just kind of lazing about in this field, and you can see a couple other smaller halflings pulling what look to be turnips up and tossing them in the cart.
How many halflings?
3 total.
Three halflings and one. What's the farmer?
Well, there's 3 halflings. One of them looks to be an older halfling. He's sitting on the cart like with the reins of the donkey in his hand.
And then
The other 2 look to be smaller, younger halflings. And they're currently pulling up the ripe turnips and tossing them in the back of the cart.
Okay, before I go over the wall, I'd like to tell Nub Nub.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, the guards are over there too at the gate, right?
On the inside of the gate, you see, like one guy with leather armor and a crossbow. But he looks like he's kind of bored. The gate also, you can tell, kind of looking over the edge of the stockade here, the gate is not currently barred, just closed.
And we start slitting throats.
Okay, let's get there. Okay,
I say guard first, then the 2 kids, then the old man.
okay. As I jump over the wall and land into the
Turnip field.
Yeah. Can I cast Disguise Self and turn myself into a young donkey?
Young halfling would probably be better.
Yeah. You
Generally, disguise self
This is
can't
bipedal.
turn your creature. What do they call this? The prototype, basically. You still need to have two arms and 2 legs, humanoid shaped.
Oh, so I'd have to do.
A
half-
small,
Too young.
Yeah.
halfling.
yeah,
Yeah.
make yourself into a young halfling.
So, like a young halfling, a gnome, a kobold, things of that nature would be easily doable with disguise self.
I'll do
Fire
young
elemental.
halfling. Shut up.
So you're going over the wall, casting disguise self on yourself?
Yeah.
All right. So as you're kind of going over the wall, I assume you're trying to avoid notice of the halflings currently harvesting the field?
Yeah.
Then I will need a stealth check from you.
Yes, we are.
You should turn into halfling first. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, you land in the turnips.
I do. He doesn't.
Bird, do you have disguise self as well?
Bird's the one casting Disguise Self.
Bird's the one doing disguise self. I'm just going over with him.
Okay. So, Nub, you managed to get over without disguise self on yourself. No one notices. Bird follows
Perfect.
you in the guise of this, you said a young halfling?
Yeah.
Of a young halfling. And you see, and you hear, as you're kind of dropping into the turnips near Nub, you hear the this older halfling voice calls like, "Oi, you over there! What in the hell do you think you're doing? Get your ass over here before I come out there and tan your hide."
I'll approach him.
Yeah, you see. It's like, I don't recognize you. Whose offspring are you?
Do it now. Do it now.
I'm new in town. I was an orphan. Someone just took me in. I don't recollect their names yet, but they told me I had to get to work if I was gonna be around here.
Oh, work, huh? And do you happen to know where this mysterious benefactor of yours lives?
Yeah, just up in town.
Uh-huh.
I can show you if you need.
Oh, no, you're not getting out of work that easy. Join the lads, start pulling turnips. If you do a good job, I'll not mention the fact you went off into the woods on your own, huh?
As you wish.
Okay, I want to do this as funnily as possible. I'm going to help him out without trying to help him out without being seen.
How?
Just like pulling the turnips with him, like laying down, if that makes any sense.
But there's 2 other halfling kids in the back
Very
cart. You wouldn't be
good.
able to join him.
Ah, damn it.
You'd stand out like a sore thumb, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see what else I could do.
Well, what are you waiting for? Go pull the turnips.
I'm a pulling.
All right.
He's distracting Nub Nub. You should move away.
Oh, yes. So there's a farm. There should obviously be a house around here somewhere, right?
Off in the distance, you can see what looks to be a small lean-to shed/hovel.
Okay.
That's either like where they keep the donkeys, or this guy's a lot poorer than he looks.
I'm gonna go find the donkeys.
Okay.
Extra donkeys.
So you're going to start making your way towards that shed?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to need another stealth check from you as you start moving through the turnip field towards the shed.
Oh no.
So as
Remember, they're commoners.
you're going there,
Yeah.
the donkey that the reins of the older halfling had starts kind of whinnying and kind of backing up a bit. The halfling, oh no, don't you start misbehaving. Steady there. And it looks like it's about ready to bolt as you start moving away from it towards the shed.
Can I? Do I need concentration to hold minor illusion?
Yes.
I actually don't remember. No, it just lasts 1 minute.
Oh,
Oh,
I will abuse that in the future.
Can I cast minor illusion and make a rattlesnake sound on the opposite side of the donkey so it doesn't notice Nudub over there?
Sure. Are you trying to keep your casting, which does require somatic and materials components, hidden from the two younger halflings you're pulling turnips with?
Yes.
Well, then I will need either a sleight of hand or a stealth check.
How are the fires in the forest coming along under?
They're nice and smoky.
Okay.
All right, yeah, you cast the illusion, and you start hearing the rattling sound of a rattler off in the turnip fields.
And I scream, "Watch out for that rattler over there!"
The donkey panics and starts charging away from that sound deeper into the woods. You hear the older halfling going, "Oh no, stop! As he's just being careened down there, turnips kind of as the cart bounces along the rough rows of the field, little bits of turnips bouncing off all over the place. The two younger halflings immediately start running after him, screaming, leaving you behind in the field with the turnip in your hand.
When they do that, can I shove as many turnips into my pack as possible?
Yes. So, how long are you staying there?
Still
Me
headed.
and Nub.
You're the one picking turnips.
Until I notice someone look back.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception 11.
All right, yeah. So you start shoving turnips in your backpack as much as you can fit. About 30 seconds later, you kind of realize that the guard with the crossbow is kind of just looking at you because you stayed in the field with the cart way off in the distance. You can still hear the yelling of him off in the distance. But he's just observing this like random halfling kid just shoving turnips in his backpack. You have about 10 pounds of turnips in your backpack currently.
Hell yeah.
Okay. When I notice him notice me, I will charge towards the cart as well.
Okay.
Make it seem as if I was trying to complete the job regardless of the distraction.
Sure. Yeah, you start running off towards the cart. The guard doesn't call after you or anything. He seemed more bemused by your actions than anything.
Jareth, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, I'll continue forward.
All right. But at that point, Nub Nub, you would be getting to the shed, and you can hear kind of the soft clomping and munching of a mule. It looks to be eating out of a trough. This isn't like a shed people live in. This looks to be more like a feed / stable station.
So there's a bunch of hay around.
Yes, there's a bunch of hay around it, and there's like a feeding trough. Currently, there's only one mule in there. It looks like there's space up for up to 3.
All right. Let's go ahead and light the hay on fire. That seems to work.
Okay.
Start striking my tinderbox, and then
Yeah, you can
as soon as
definitely
something
light the hay on
catches,
fire.
Start taking off.
Taking off towards where?
Is there another building around me?
Well, as you would get closer to the city proper, you would start to see. You can see that there's other houses and the like, but this is more like a shed in between fields.
Okay.
Where they would feed and water the donkeys between rest periods.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Light the hay on fire and then take off towards the town.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy as you maneuver towards the town, going through what appears to be now a potato field?
Absolutely.
Then please make a stealth check. As the smoke begins rising, you hear the squealing of the donkeys. It's pulling at the reins that have it tied there. And you hear the calls, probably from that guard at the gate, of fire. And the cry, as you're in stealth, starting to approach the first thatched roof Waddle and Daub house, being taken up inside the village, and you can see various humans, dwarves, and elves, and more halflings, look to be kind of congregating around what is a well, between a couple of houses, and it looks like they're starting to try to organize a bucket brigade to start getting water out to that shed.
All right. Ow. Fuck.
And they are starting to run past you.
All right. So, running past them. It doesn't look like any of them noticed me, does it?
No, it seems they're much more concerned with the smoke rising from a shed and the now pained cries of the donkey burning alive inside of it.
Gotcha. All right.
What did you
Bird.
do?
Huh? I
Lit a stack of
basically
hay on fire.
little stack of hay on fire just to make a donkey scream, so
God.
people would
Okay.
start flooding out of the town, so we could ransack the town.
Smoked donkey is my favorite.
I was gonna try to take all the donkeys, but okay.
Well, if
That's
you
probably
want
fine.
to,
Slightly singed.
you could, take care of all 3 of those people and take the cart for us. Hypothetically. So do I see any food just sitting out around? 'Cause that's what we're here for, right? Food, supplies, stuff like that.
Yes. I mean, you can see that in this hovel there was like a cooking hearth, and it looks like they were making bread, and that there are a couple of what look to be small sacks of flour.
I want to go in there and try and take those sacks of flour.
Okay. Each
And,
sack weighs 25 pounds. There are 3 sacks of flour.
Okay, I can carry 1 pound
1 pound.
or 1 sack,
Okay.
and that is it.
Sounds like one of my robes. I can carry 1 pound.
you're going into this hovel and grabbing a sack of flour?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you can hear the cries of the people that are running out with buckets towards the shed. It looks, and no one really seems to be paying any attention to the small goblin sneaking into this house and stealing some flour.
All right. Perfect. Next
I
house.
have some real fun.
All right.
Every time you're done with the house, light it on fire.
Oh yeah. Let's start lighting house. So that search. See what I can find. Light it on fire.
Okay. So it's a
So,
thatched roof house. So lighting the roof on fire is actually pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay. So you light it on fire, and then you're leaving for the next house?
Correct.
All right. So you start making your way across. You hear more cries being taken up as you realize the fire has somehow reached, the village.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah, real weird. Give me another stealth check, why don't you? So you're probably, having to jump between more like city type stuff now, like boxes and barrels, water
Just
troughs.
getting worse, and it's
So-
slowly getting worse.
Yeah. So, the smoking fire of the house behind you, you sneak into this other house. And there's this girl there. She looks to be stirring what looks to be like a cauldron of soup. She turns and sees you and starts screaming.
Kill her.
Roll initiative.
Sam?
Well, you can definitely hear the girl.
I can't.
What the hell?
Ha.
All right. Well, Nub, the girl has a soup ladle in her hand. She's going to lunge at you, try to club you over the head with it in her panic.
Okay.
The funny thing,
Does a 6
No.
hit you? All right. Yeah. She obviously misses. You can tell that this young girl is not well trained in combat or anything.
Well, luckily, I am.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try
Bird?
to stab her in the neck with my.
So Bird, yeah, you Nub seems to have lit something else on fire, and then you hear the scream of this girl inside a house. You're maybe 30 feet from this house, in the field with a sack full of turnips, your backpack full of turnips.
Okay. How far is the guard from me?
The guard is about 150 feet behind you at that shed with the donkey that you lit on fire.
Oh, okay. So he's not in any worry.
wait, the guard left the big door alone?
Pure
Mhm.
chaos.
On
Yep.
the inside, yes.
Everything's on fire.
Oh, it says
girls
no
are being
no
murdered.
guard at the front of the indoor of the gate, inside of the gate.
On the inside, yes. No one's observing the outside, so you don't know if those guys are still there.
So is it safe to say that people have begun to take notice of what's going on?
Wait.
Well, hold on. So first, Bird, so what are you doing?
Am I at a different where the gate that the guard's at versus where I'm at? Is there a different gate there?
You're on
went
the
away from the
inside
gate.
of the wall. The gate is opaque, so you don't know what the people on the outside that those two guys with chain shirts and spears I told you about on the road outside the gate. You can't see them because you're on the inside of the wall. So you don't know if they're still there or if they're off doing something else. The
Oh,
guard
okay,
that had the crossbow on the inside of the gate, he's over by that shed helping with the fire buckets.
Oh, okay. Can I go to the? How far is the inside of the gate? You said 150 feet.
No, the inside of the gate's 200 feet from you.
Jesus Christ.
He moved from the gate to that shed. You guys are in a potato field now. And that house that had the screaming is about 30 feet away from you, where Nub Nub went in.
Do I have to go over a wall to get there, or no?
No, you can just hop through the window. There's no glass in it.
Oh, okay. Well, go my 30 feet to the window, I guess.
Yeah, and you can see through this window this rather young-looking human girl with a ladle, still dripping soup, having swung and missed at Nub Nub.
Oh, okay. Can I shoot a light crossbow at her?
Sure, roll to hit. That will hit her. Her screaming turns more into a wet, panting gurgle as your bolt pierces both of her lungs, and she slumps to the ground, blood starting to pool out beneath her. She's dead.
And I whisper, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" To Nub Nub.
You guys are basically out of initiative.
All right. Throw her in the stew. Light the house on fire. Move on.
Can I jump through the window and assist him?
I mean, you can. You hop in, throw the girl in this vat of stew, the stew sloshing over the sides of it.
Oil fire?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. Grease fire.
Yeah, and the grease starts catching a light. You help it along.
Yep.
And then you guys hop out the window.
Yep.
The house. Yeah. By now, even the people outside of Trade Meet would begin seeing the smoke, and you start hearing the cries being taken up about fire in the city.
Okay.
So what do I see from outside looking at the gate?
Same.
I mean, you hear the calls. You see the guards that were all like near the perimeter with the crossbows and the spears. They all turn and start running towards the city and the smoke. The gate is unguarded and open.
Follow them.
Yeah, can I start moving into the city?
Yeah, you guys can start running across towards the now unguarded gate. Yeah.
Are the houses slowly getting more and more compact as we get closer? Or moving further into the city?
Yes.
Alright.
And it looks like there's only like maybe 2-3 houses deep before the road turns from like packed dirt to cobblestone, and you start noticing that you're actually like in like the developed, like the central part of Trade Meet. It's not a very big settlement.
Mm-hmm.
To your left, you can see what is very obviously a stone temple to the god of Joaquin, the god of trade. To your right, it looks to be a really nice house. In the center of the square, you can see a burbling fountain. People currently loading up buckets, most of them looking like farmers and a few well-dressed merchants and noble-type people. And then they're running towards the burning portion of town.
Alright. They're
If
running
I-
towards? the
Yes,
burning portion of town?
they are using the fountain to fill buckets, and then they are running towards the fire.
If I
Question.
cast disguise self as second level, can I hit 2 people with it?
I think it just...
No. Disguise self is kind of in its name. It targets
Okay.
self only.
Would
Okay.
my basic knowledge and understanding know if that was their main source of drinking water?
You would imagine not. It's probably more the wells that you passed. You passed a well on the way in, and from the looks of it, there's probably a couple other wells around the less nice areas, and that's probably where they draw their water from. The fountain looked to be more of a way to impress visitors and visiting merchants and the like.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so question. In the field that I crossed, on my way through there, is there like donkey shit?
On occasion, yes.
Can I pick a bunch up and then throw it into the wells?
Sure.
And everyone's getting fucking E. coli in this bitch.
Yeah, so yeah, as you're running through the fields, you can just scoop up some manure, and as you're following the panicked people running towards the fire to start trying to put it out before the whole village, before the whole settlement catches light and burns down, you're able to chuck it into some wells.
Excellent.
Now, Nub Nub and Bird, both of you guys are actually kind of in a bit of a tough spot. You're in the path between these people loading stuff up at the fountain and the fire behind you that you started.
Mhm.
So what would you guys like to do at this point? Because the other guys are kind of running in behind everybody, so they're not really my concern at the moment.
Okay, well, I'm still disguised, right? Because it's duration 1 hour for disguise self.
Yes.
My idea, you could always go and like dump your oil flasks into the fountain to help the fire spread.
I'll tell you, fucking get out where you can, and I'll run out into the main street and just scream, "Help! Help! My mom fell into the cauldron."
Ah, yes.
So I run out into the street and exclaim that.
Yeah, you start exclaiming that. Make a performance check.
Oh, I don't mind if I do.
Oh,
The bard making a performance check?
it'd been funny.
Impossible!
Yeah.
Yeah, you start yelling about that, and this tall elfin man, dressed in what looks to be as a priest of Joaquin, kind of grabs you by the shoulder and says, "Quickly now, inside the church. You'll be safe there. We'll go find your mother. Don't worry." And he just kind of ushers you up the steps and into the temple's atrium, which is, by the way, this is a stone building.
I'll go.
Yes.
I'll go in.
All right. So you go in. You can see a couple other kids in there, but they're mostly off on their own. It's a rather nice, ornate church
Kill all the
made out of
children.
stone.
Do it.
Bar the door behind you and kill all the children. We're goblins, dude. We don't care about human children.
No, we don't. Yeah,
Do it. Let's
murder
do
them.
it.
Who else is in the church?
You have the ability to shatter the children.
No, I don't. I haven't level 3 yet.
So
But
you
that
can
was
see
local.
what's maybe 6 children, 3 humans, an elf, and 2 dwarves.
That's exactly what's in the temple.
There's also this elderly woman in a priest raiment, kind of going around trying to calm the crying children down. I'm assuming you're not wailing like an infant, so she's kind of ignoring you for the moment. Kind of dealing with the kids that are, crying because they're afraid their parents are going to get burned to death again.
Can I just kind of sit back and see if I can recognize her race?
Oh yeah, she's a
Or-
human.
Oh, she's human.
Mhm.
I guess you can't really identify class or background though.
I mean, she's wearing priestly raiments and she's elderly.
She's a high-level cleric. Don't fuck with her.
Yeah. How big is the room I'm in?
It is 30 feet wide and 100 feet long.
Any doorways or stairwells?
Yes. Towards the back, you can see a couple of archways leading to spiral stairs, probably lead up to a tower or balcony.
There's a good spot to go.
Yeah. Can I sneak over there and go up?
Sure, make a stealth check to avoid the matron's notice.
Oh shit.
So yeah, you start making your way over there, and as you're kind of getting to where the the altar is set for Joaquin. You hear the matron call, like, "Oh, are you there? I see you trying to sneak off. Where do you think you're going, mister?"
I'm just trying to get away from the crying kids. I just can't take it. It stresses me out. I just would need to get a vantage point on my home and see if I can see where my mother and father is.
Make a deception check. Oh, there. I'm sure they'll be fine. Are you sure you wouldn't like a bite to eat? We have sweet rolls.
No, I'd like to just be alone.
Alrighty. She takes you over to the right side stairs. These should take you up to the bell tower. Do be a dear while you're up there, and don't ring the bell. It will be quite loud for you up there. But you should be able to see just fine.
No, I don't like noise. I won't do that.
Immediately rings the bell.
It's like I continue up the stairs.
Alright.
Is
Yeah.
it just the bell? Is that all that's up there?
There's some ropes for pulling, like, to actually like manipulate the bell to cause it to ring. And it's dusty. And yeah, you can see that the entire like western half of like the hovels are basically all alight. Looks like they were close enough together that the fire spread. And you can see that most of the town is out there trying to suppress this fire.
Nothing valuable in the church.
You actually saw, valuable stuff near the altar, like there were like gold goblets and the like on the altar itself. But as soon as you got close to that altar, that's when the priest saw you.
It's a one-hitter. There's no sense in getting gold. We need to just fucking kill shit.
We need food.
Any windows up in the bell tower?
Yeah, like at the top of the bell tower, there's 4 archways, each facing one of the 4 cardinal directions, that looks out over Trademeet. The bell is in the center of this bell tower. There is no railing.
Okay, well, gotta look out each of those windows and look for, I don't know, what kind of
Num-num?
livestock we'd be able to take. Nub, I have no idea where you're at.
So,
Any fields of like anything harvestable?
well, yeah, like there are fields of vegetables around the the not burning portions of the town, and you can see that when the farmers ran in to help with the fires, they seem to have left the donkeys in the field, probably just assuming they wouldn't get up to too much trouble as versus a fire.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something to note for Jareth and Snickrat, is as you're going through these fields of cabbages, you would notice that the farmers seem to have abandoned the mules and the carts in favor of getting to the fire.
Question, would those carts have a bunch of food in the back of them?
Some of them do, yes. Some of them are empty.
Could I
Okay.
potentially go find one that has a bunch of food in the back and try to hijack the donkey?
First, I would say make a perception check. Let's see if you can find a cart that's reasonably full.
I don't care if I die in this one shot. I've done amazing work.
I literally have set trees on fire.
I know you did.
But that's okay. The walls are made of trees.
Walls are made of.
So yeah, Jareth, you can see one cart that looks like it was almost completely full. Like they were about to take it to store it wherever they store it. And you kind of hop up into the seat, grab the reins of the donkey, and start and I assume you're trying to get the donkey to start rolling out of town.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Animal handling.
How far are we from our little place?
I mean, it's like 3 miles back to Glub Glub's temporary base.
Okay, so just go back in the trees. So my intention is to go back in the trees deep enough to hide it away and then just tie him to a tree.
Sure. First, though, I need an animal handling check from you.
Yep.
All right, yeah, you get the cart turned around. I'm sorry, that was Nub Nub up in the belfry, right?
Bird.
Bird, okay. Yeah, Bird, you see Jareth. He hops in the cart, gets it kind of turned around, starts hauling ass as much as the ass can move out of town. It's not very fast. But it looks like you've got a cart full of cabbage and a donkey.
Excellent. Yeah, I got some rope. I want to go ahead and just tie him up, like get up deep enough into the woods, like where it's very clear the donkey is lost.
Yeah, you're starting to get you go like a couple hundred feet into the woods, and then you'll find a spot to tie him off.
Yep.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
So you're basically out of it at this point. So Snickerat, what are you doing? Or are you at this point? Like you saw Jareth grab a cart and a donkey.
Yep, and he went past.
Yeah,
So
he
I'm gonna
went.
go away from the gate, on
Okay.
the inside of the wall, like down into the field a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna start smashing oil flasks on the wall as I walk. I
Okay.
have 50 of them.
Jesus Christ!
They're 1 silver piece.
All right.
God.
So you start oiling the inside of the wall.
You know, after I throw like 10 or so of them, so like 50 feet, I'll light them up.
All right.
Is the east wall the close wall to us?
No, I went down the walls away, so the gate will still be safe for us to go in and
Yeah,
out of.
like he went like
Basically, I'm
south.
trying to spread them thin.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got you. So yeah, you start doing that. Nub Nub, what are you doing at this point?
I am trying to go pour my 10 or so oil flasks into the fountain, so they're just spreading the fire instead of putting it out.
So you're trying to get to this fountain in the middle of a cobblestone square where people are actively trying to fill it with water, like fill the buckets that they have with water.
Actually, you're right. That's a bad idea.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that there's really no hope of stealth for that. There's nowhere for you to
Fucking
hide.
Take the lid off and throw it.
Oh, yeah,
Hope
that's
for the
what we're gonna
best.
be. You can't throw oil flasks very far.
No. How many more thatch roofs are there around me?
So in the center part of the town, none.
None. Wood?
Nope. These are stone structures. The roofs look to be brazed metal.
Oh.
Like pleated brazed metal. Copper,
Right.
from the looks of
Well,
it.
then, I'm gonna go try and find Snickrat and help him out with his plan.
All right.
Plan?
Well, so that means you're basically going through this section of town. Go ahead and make a stealth check to avoid being noticed, because there's not a lot of cover, but there is some. Yeah.
Yeah.
You work your way, around this fancy house, what looks to be a real nice inn, and you spot, Snickrat having just smashed the last of his oil flasks on the wall to the south. And then he turns and just clack clack clack, and just fire starts spreading along the southern wall of this palisade.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna help him out doing whatever he's doing. Like
That was
maybe
all of it.
lighting as you go or something.
No, I'm gonna start heading back to town now.
Oh, okay.
So you're heading
Turn it
towards the
again
center
as I
of town
walk.
then, Snickrat?
Yeah, like the roundabout way. Like I'm not gonna go straight across where the fire's spreading.
Okay.
Basically, I'm gonna circle the wall until there's no people. I'm gonna go into the town now.
Well, as you would continue more to the west, you'd be running into the first fire that was set.
Oh, then I'll
Yeah.
just hug the wall and basically just walk until I get beyond that. Even.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
you're
being particularly stealthy. I'm not good at it.
you're not, but they're also not really looking for people at this point.
Especially goblins.
Yeah, goblins aren't usually this sneaky.
Yeah. I am special.
So am I.
How are you going to escape, by the way?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Hey, Under, is there livestock within the city?
At the inn, you could see several horses tied up.
No
Ooh.
cows, pigs, chickens, anything like that.
I mean, there were a couple of chickens every now and then, but mostly running around clucking. Big livestock like cows, no.
Okay.
It was mules, chickens, and these horses at the inn.
How many chickens can I slaughter before people start to notice?
I was gonna ask. I was literally about to ask the same thing of like, how many chickens can I slaughter and throw into a back of a meal?
Oh, why are you taking a meal? Why don't you just
Well,
use
because
your
then we
carry
can
weight?
check it. We can just fill it
Well,
full.
Jareth is still off in the woods. Like you bugged out. It's going to take you a bit to get back, so
That's fine.
Yeah.
just hang out there. So Nub Nub, you're trying to find like some chickens near the area there. Okay.
Yeah.
Finding a chicken isn't a problem. Make an attack roll to try to kill a chicken.
Could wring its neck. Just swing it around.
Wait, we're killing
Uh,
stuff. I'm with Nub Nub now. I think.
Yeah, you would have caught up to Nub Nub at this point because he went out to look for you.
plus 6.
Well,
18?
then I'm gonna make some chicken parmesan.
All right. Yeah, you guys find a couple of chickens. Start killing them. There was like this empty cart with no animal tied to it yet, so you guys could start loading that up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right. So you do
Try
that.
and find as many chickens as possible.
Mhm.
So you search for like 10 minutes.
All right. Yeah. So you search for 10 minutes. Between the two of you, you get about a dozen to 16 chickens. And
Is it
Bird,
now-
from your perch up in the belfry, you can see Nub Nub and Snickrat kind of doing this poultry, escapade. And after they've grabbed a bunch of these chickens, slaughtered them, threw them in the back of this cart, you would notice a figure emerging from the inn and looking about. It looks to be somebody dressed in like furs and hide. From the way they stand, probably an elf.
Okay, can Snickrat and I see Bird up in the bell tower?
Probably.
So, Bird, are you gonna try to tell us anything? Because I assume we're relatively close to the end at this point.
I'm probably gonna try to get to you guys.
All right.
I'm on my way
You could-
out.
You have a crossbow or bow and arrow?
Yeah, light crossbow.
You could shoot at us. The goal is to not hit us, but the arrow will make us look up.
Like, wait for me. Shoot the arrow.
All right. Well, I assume you're trying to not be noticed by this person who's walked out of the inn. Bird.
Who walked out of the inn and looked up at the bell tower?
No, but she looked out. She's looking around. And then you're saying you're going to shoot a crossbow to kind of get the ground team's attention?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was asking, are you attempting to not be seen by this woman?
Yes.
Then please make a stealth check. So yeah, you pop up with your crossbow, kind of fire a lobbing arc, just a kind of an arrow that just kind of lands in the cart, drawing the attention of Snickrat and Nub Nub to the bell tower, where you can see Bird standing there.
Mhm.
Bird, you also notice that this elven woman has seen you. And you guys should roll initiative at this point. Jareth, you would just be arriving back at the town gate. So you should probably roll as well.
Are the guards still off?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to answer you guys' question as to why I always have oil flash, you can literally buy 10 for a gold.
Alright,
Yeah.
so Snickrat, now that Bird has gotten your
that is not
attention,
mine.
what do you do?
Mine. Hi.
That's Nub Nub.
Oh,
I got
Jesus.
a 13. I misrolled my type. That's fine. I have a 13.
Sorry about that. Nub Nub, what do you do?
So I'm looking at Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And is Bird, are you doing anything?
I'm getting ready to get out of this bell tower.
All right. So I'm look over at Snickrat and be like, I'm assuming that means we need to go. So start grabbing the cart and taking off.
No, I think he was aiming at you.
No, we need to go. Something else is happening. We need to go.
Alright, so you have this cart. As I said before, there's no animal tied to it, though.
How heavy
So
is
how-
the cart?
It's a standard cart. You could pull it along, but it would be taking your action to do so.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Alright, so you grab the cart. Instead of a donkey, you start kind of pulling it towards the exit. Probably 16 chickens in the back. Anything else that you do?
Nope. Just trying to do that as fast as I can.
Alright. Bird?
Which way am I facing? Like west?
Yes, west.
And between me and the party is also west, and the elderly lady is in between us.
So, the lady in furs and hide is in the west, like having just stepped out of the inn into the square. Strictly to the northwest of you. Due west of you on the ground, out of sight of that person, is Nub Nub and Snickrat, who Nub Nub looks to have grabbed that cart and is starting to haul it west towards the western gate, which is unguarded. The woman she does not appear to be elderly, but the woman in hide and furs is looking at you. She sees you. The elderly woman was the priest at the bottom in the bottom of this place.
Are you still a child?
Yes.
Yeah, he would still look like a child.
Can I jump out the bell tower, the opposite, so east side? Is it like
Um.
what is the roof like? Like if I jump out the bell tower, is it straight down?
Jumping out to the east, you would fall 50 feet to the sloped roof of the chapel, the temple. Yeah, assuming you followed that to the edge and then went down, it would be then a second 20-foot drop to the ground. If you
Yeah,
jump out the north, it could be a straight fall, 80 feet to the ground.
80 feet.
80. You're at the top of a bell tower, attached to a temple.
Could I duck behind cover first so she doesn't see me anymore?
Yes.
And then duck out of the north side and scale down?
The north side is exposed to her. There is no hiding from her if you go out that way.
Oh.
The north side faces like straight north, goes to to the center of the square. To the south would be the opposite side of that, and the south and the east will be hidden from her line of sight.
Okay, can I just go down the stairs I came up?
Yeah, you start going down those stairs. It is a 60-foot run to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, can I go? Yeah, can I bonus action dash 60 feet to the bottom of the stairs inside of the temple?
You can.
And I'll end my turn.
All right. Yeah, you can see the matron in there still fussing over the kids. She looks up when she sees you come down there at a run, and she looks like she's going to be chiding towards you, but she doesn't seem to be like hostile or anything towards you at this point. Jareth?
Okay, so I am at the edge of the city in the south, right?
To the east. You guys came in from the east. Sorry, I was saying west earlier, and I meant east.
Well, you said south for me because I had repositioned myself, so I wasn't sure. Sorry.
Right, but then you guys said you came in through the gate, which would be the east
Okay.
gate. That was unguarded.
Gotcha. Okay. So really quick, just what's in front of me?
The fields that you saw before, often as you can see the smoke, the town itself with the actual stone buildings. You can see about 100 feet from you, Nub Nub pulling this cart, presumably with stuff in it, but you can't, from this angle, you can't see.
Help.
Okay, are there any more like donkeys or carts or food around me?
In the field to the north west of you, there is a donkey. It looks to just be grazing on some carrots.
Does his cart look full?
He does not have a cart. It's just a donkey.
Grab the donkey, bring it to my cart.
It's like 60 feet away from you.
Take longer.
Yeah, I guess I'll go grab the donkey.
Alright. So I'm assuming you're going to take the dash action to get over to the donkey.
Yes.
The donkey is probably going to be startled by your sudden approach, so why don't you go ahead and give me an animal handling check. Alright, yeah, the donkey does not reflexively just kick the goblin.
Nice.
Anything else?
I guess that's it for now.
Alright, Snickrat. So you saw a bird disappear from the tower. Nub Nub grabbed the cart and started moving. What do you do?
Look like confused at Nub Nub and continue looking for chickens to bop.
Okay, make a perception check. There is, in fact, a chicken 10 feet away from you. Partially hidden behind him. Alright, roll to hit. That kills the chicken. It had 1 hit point.
Pick up the chicken and follow Nub Nub.
Alright, you start following Nub Nub. You know, yeah, the chicken is going and just dies as you stab it. And then
Well,
you
you
start...
know how they tenderize chicken breasts? I'm using war hammers.
Small warhammers.
I gotcha. So you just go, and it's just a little meaty thud, killing the chicken. All right. Yeah, then you
Making
grab it.
large chicken cutlets with bone.
Then you start running after Nub Nub. Anything else?
Nope. Where are you going? We got chickens over here.
And then behind you, as you're following Nub Nub, that woman in the furs and the hide looks around the corner, and you hear her yell out in common, "Goblins! These fires are being set by goblins!" And she begins casting a spell. A beam of brilliant light flashes out from her hand, 60 feet long. This will just barely be short of Nub Nub, but it will hit Snickrat.
Oh.
And I need Snickrat to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, good, you passed. So you take half damage. You take 14 points of radiant damage from the sunbeam.
I'm not even bloodied by that.
And she starts striding towards you.
Although I wasn't raging, so that kind of sucks, but
All right, Nub Nub. I mean, you felt that at your back.
Oh. So she's not in melee with me or anything.
Nope.
No?
Nope. She is 65 feet away from you. Well, no, she got closer. She was 65 feet when she fired. She is currently 50 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep pulling this cart as hard as I can.
Okay. Yeah, you use your action. Just keep pulling that cart. Anything else?
No.
All right. Bird.
Yeah. The matron sees me, right? The one inside the church.
Yeah. She's turning as if to chide you for running in a church.
Oh, okay.
What
Can
do
I
you do?
How far would I have to back up to get out of line of sight?
You'd have to go back partially up the stairs. It'd be like 10 feet of movement.
How far is the door from where I was at?
100 feet.
Oh, goddamn. There was any windows on the side?
Yeah, there are some stained glass windows. Closest one's 20 feet from you.
Yeah, can I jump out of the closest stained glass window?
Okay. Now, when you say closest, that would take you out to the square. To the north.
Closest to the party?
That would be closer to the party. It would also put you behind the woman that you saw with the furs and the hide.
Yeah, I'd like to jump out of a window behind her, but like right as...
You hear the indignant yelling of the matron as you run up and just bodily jump through the stained glass window, shattering it.
Mm-hmm.
And you find yourself out in the cobblestone square. The angry matron yelling behind you. The woman in hide and fur in front of you. And you can see beyond her Snickrat and Nub Nub making a run for it.
Has she seen me yet? Like before she turns around, I would like to do disguise self, and
weren't you already disguise selfed?
Yeah, can I not cast it again?
No, you can. Okay.
I'd like to cast it again and make myself a mirror image of her.
Okay. Sure. Anything else?
Do I have any more movement speed left?
You have 5 feet of movement speed left.
I'd just like to walk up to her and be like, why are we doing this?
Okay. She looks and just sneers at you.
That's fair.
And... Alright, Jareth.
Okay.
So you're at the donkey.
Yeah.
Nub Nub is 30 feet from you with the cart.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the donkey over to Nub Nub.
Okay.
And then just tell him, like, hey, I'll go help in there. You just take this, and I point in the direction of where I tie the other donkey.
Sure. Anything else?
Can I dash action to the closest teammate after that?
Yep, that would be Snickrat. Be 15 feet behind you guys.
Okay, sounds good.
This would put you 30 feet from the woman.
Beautiful.
Anything else?
Yep, that's it.
Snickrat.
Well, I would like to bonus action rage.
Okay.
Should have did that at the chicken, because chickens are annoying, but I didn't. And then I would like to run up to the lady and smash her with a warhammer.
Alright. Yeah, you just charge right at this this druid and yeah, make an attack roll. That'll hit her.
I got Crusher. That's hilarious. That means everybody has advantage on her. Okay. Well, I don't have reckless, so I can't do that. I'm trying to see what I all need to add. Okay, so the crit only applies the advantage, it doesn't add any other dice. Warhammer's a D8, so it'll be 2d8. It's 5 for the weapon. She gets knocked back 5 feet. And then I need 3 for the Fury of the Small. I should make sure I get every bit of damage I can right away. And I can't offhand because I rage, so. Right. 17 bludgeoning damage.
All right, yeah, you land your hit. It does hurt her. And she's knocked back 5 feet, you said?
Yeah, that's from Crusher.
All right, yeah, she stumbles back from that hit. Injured, but not severely looking.
Yep, and attack rolls against this creature are made with advantage until the start of my next turn.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep, that's Crusher.
Yep.
All right. I hiss at her.
She calls you a foul beast. Attacking innocents.
I don't see innocence, I see tasty snacks.
Yeah. And she's going to cast a spell. And I need all 4 of you to make wisdom saves.
Oh no.
No new.
Snickret fails.
No shit.
Jareth fails.
Dang.
Oh shit, what are we doing?
Bird fails. Wisdom saves.
Whiz save.
She casts a spell. Actually, she upcasts a spell. That's why she can target all 4 of you. And Nub Nub failed. You are all paralyzed as hold person takes effect.
No, no.
Alright, Nub Nub, you are paralyzed, so you can't move, take any actions. Basically, you can't do anything. At the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom save. You are still paralyzed.
Yeah.
Bird. In the guise of this druid, you are paralyzed. You can also make a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Can I at least inspire myself?
As long as that doesn't take any actions, bonus actions, or reactions, yes.
Oh, it takes a bonus action.
Afraid not then. Yeah, when you're paralyzed, you are incapacitated, so no actions, bonus actions, or reactions. You can't move or speak. You automatically fail strength and dex saves, attacks of advantage, attacks that hit within 5 feet of you automatically crit. And you are still paralyzed. Jareth.
With a 0? No way.
You somehow managed to punch yourself in the dick. Paralyzed. Not paralyzed.
You are no longer paralyzed at the end of your turn. Snickrat?
Can I pretend to be paralyzed though?
Sure. Snickrat
Hey, I
is
scored
still
lower.
paralyzed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so she is going to back up so that she's, about 10 feet away from anybody. Get some room. She's going to cast another spell on her turn. And sheets of roaring flames appear in a line between you guys a lot. Basically, she is casting the spell Firestorm. Jareth, you are allowed to attempt to make a dexterity saving throw. Everybody else is paralyzed and automatically fails. So you pass, and we'll take half damage.
Nice.
Wonder I forgot the 2 from rage, so it'd be nice. I just realized that I had rage. I don't play barbs, so.
So everybody except Jareth takes 36 points of fire damage. Jareth takes 18.
I am full dead.
And I'm bear spirit. So my rage would still be up.
Good. Wait, didn't you end a turn without taking an attack or anything? Doesn't that end rage?
No, I attacked her. I raged
On your
and
last
attacked her. That
turn?
was my whole turn.
Right. No, but you just had a turn where your only thing was to make that saving throw against paralysis.
Oh right. Then technically, yeah, I'd be dead. Well, down. Actually, I'd be unconscious.
Okay. Anybody still up after that?
Me.
All right. Let's see. So Nub Nub is ashes.
Yeah, full dead. Yeah.
The cart and the chickens were also turned to ash, as was the donkey. Collateral damage. Bird, did it take you to negative max?
No, I'm just
Oh,
down.
good. Okay, well, make a death save.
Pass.
That's a pass. All right, Jareth, you're still up. She is 10 feet away from you.
And she sees me, or is the fire
Yes.
a good smoke screen away out?
It's really not.
Yeah. And you said she's not even hurt yet, huh?
She's barely injured.
Okay.
Beg for mercy.
Goblins don't beg for mercy.
No, they don't. Would it be an item interaction? Wait, question. The church.
Yes.
Does it have flammable components to it?
Not that you can see. It's a stone structure. The roof was made out of metal, like it's that pleated, brazed copper. And the windows appear to be like glass with leaded joints. The stained glass window that Bird
Damn.
jumped through.
Okay. She's 10 feet away. Would that give her an attack of opportunity if I backed?
She just looks like she's like a normal elf, so she would have to be within 5 feet for her to be able to like hit you if you moved away from her.
And where is Bird in relative where I'm at?
The other side of her, 20 feet away. He came out. He's the one who broke out through the church window.
So I couldn't get to him without like going in front of her.
I mean, you could go in an arc to avoid her. It would cost you an additional 10 feet of movement. You'd spend all 30 getting to Bird, but you could get there without provoking an attack of opportunity from her.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Yeah, you run
And
over
then-
to Bird.
And then cast Cure Wounds.
All right. Well, Bird, you wake up with 4 hit points.
Oh,
Alright.
you wake up with 7. Sorry, my modifier.
Ah, yes.
7. Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Nick Rat, you said you're still up?
After we discuss the mechanics of rage, I am not.
Ah, okay. So it's one failure. And then you can make your wisdom save for paralysis. Also, Bird, you should make a wisdom save. I forgot to tell you to do that. Nope, Snickrat is still paralyzed. Bird,
Do
you
I
here?
have to, do I have to make it?
Yeah, you should have made it at the end of your turn, even though you were still making death saves, so you should make it now. Because it's about to be her turn. You are still paralyzed.
Oh, son of a bitch! I got revived and I'm still paralyzed.
Yes.
Well, you didn't become a corpse, so whole person still can target you.
Mm-hmm. She is then going to channel some magical ability and change shape. A large...
Druid.
Yeah, she's a druid. A large polar bear now sits where she was. But that's all she does, kind of just growling. Apparently that takes full action. Let's see, Nub Nub's dead. Bird, you're paralyzed on the ground. You
Stand up.
You cannot move while you are paralyzed.
Oh, I can't do anything, right?
If you have something that doesn't require like an action or a bonus action, yes, you can do that. But otherwise, no. You can just make your wisdom save and end your turn. All right. As you end your turn, you are no longer paralyzed.
All right.
Jareth.
Mauled.
All right, I am booking it back to the tree line.
Okay. Unfortunately, because she's now no longer a medium-sized creature, but the large-sized bear, you would have to run through her zone of control if you're going out the way you came, or you could try running around the other side of the inn, but it'll take longer.
Don't forget your goblin feature.
Oh god, what is my goblin feature?
You get some rogue bullshit.
You're gonna have to help me because I didn't add that.
Nimble.
You can
escape.
take the disengage action as a bonus action, I think is what
Oh.
he's trying to get at. Nimble escape.
I see. Yeah, well, I want to do that.
Okay.
That leaves your action open.
Yes, it does. So, yeah, you can... it's, 10 feet to her, 10 feet past her, to where Snickrat is still paralyzed. And then you're just booking it the other 40 feet towards the tree line.
Wait, I still have my action currently, right?
Not
At that
the
point,
dash.
you would. If you stop at Snickrat, you would still have your action, yes. And 10 feet of movement left.
And then how far would I be from the polar bear?
10 feet.
So I'd be 20 feet by the time. Ugh. Well, hope for the best and hope the polar bear doesn't go after me. Let's heal Snickrat as well.
Alright, cash cure wounds.
Don't forget the modifier.
Well, Snickrat, you gain 9 hit points.
Woohoo.
Anything else, Jareth?
Yeah, I'm gonna run my rest of my 10 feet
Okay.
away.
Mm-hmm. Snickrat. I believe you're up, but you're still paralyzed.
Yep.
So unless you got any bullshit, just make your wisdom save.
Still paralyzed.
You are still paralyzed. Alright, bear. The bear is going to advance on the prone bird.
I'm not
Eh.
prone.
You would have fallen prone.
I stood up after I.
Your
Hold person.
your turn was done. That was at the
Yeah.
end of your turn.
Hold person takes the entire duration of your turn. The save is at the very end.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's unfortunate, but you are prone. Though you can move, so if you have to make any dex saves or anything, you're so good. And it's going to try and bite you.
You missed.
Yep, that's a miss.
And it bites you for 13 points of piercing damage.
I'm down again.
Okay. It is then going to turn and move the 20 feet up to the paralyzed Snickrat and is going to hit you with its claws.
Yep.
Does a 10 hit you?
Even without duel with her, she missed.
Neat. All right. Bird, you are bleeding out. Death save. That is one failure. Make your wisdom.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not paralyzed, so never mind. Then I guess we're moving on to Jareth.
I'm guessing I passed the cart full of chicken, right?
You would
gone.
be. It was evaporated by firestorm, along with the donkey and the chickens.
And there's no donkeys with a bunch of food in front of me, is there?
Make a perception check.
Inspire from the grave.
You don't see any.
Alright, well then I'm just gonna run back to my cabbage donkey as far as I can get.
All right, so you start running for the exit of town, doing your full 60 feet. Snickrat, I believe you are still paralyzed, even if you're not down,
Yep.
with an angry polar bear in front of you.
What was this, round 7?
Believe this is round 4.
No,
For hold person.
I've rolled more than that.
For hold person? Maybe. Oh yeah. This would be 7. Sorry, I wasn't keeping closer. I didn't expect it to last this long.
Well, I dumped Wiz.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you're still paralyzed. The bear's going to try and bite you then. 17 hit your AC?
Yep.
All right. Well, it auto crits because you're paralyzed. 11 points of piercing damage.
How much did I get healed for? 9?
9.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. It is then going to move 40 feet, chasing. No, you know what? It's not. No, it sees what happens when these goblin commandos get a chance to be tricky. It's going to take its claws to the unconscious Snickrat.
I mean, I did boop her with a hammer. It's fair. That it.
Dealing 13 points of slashing damage with the claws. I assume your max is higher than that.
Uh-huh.
So that's just 2 failed death saves.
Yep.
All right. Bird, you are unconscious. Second failure. Jareth.
I'm gonna keep going towards my tied up donkey.
So you would basically be at the gates, running through the gates. Snickrat. Death save first.
Dead.
Dead. So the bear will turn and approach the downed bird,
No.
and it's going to just take its claws to you.
Dead. I'm dead.
As it deals 22 slashing and 2 failed death saves. At this point, you guys are out of initiative. Jareth running through the woods to where the tied up cart is, and presumably taking the donkey and its spoils to Glub Glub's camp.
And I am a folk hero, so I
You-
return with the riches and everyone loves me.
You're such
Yeah, you're a
idiot.
folk hero. You are the
are.
sole survivor of the raid of Trade Meat. And that, gentlemen, is the conclusion of tonight's adventure.
XP.